In a touching revelation that left fans across the globe teary-eyed, Chris Martin of Coldplay spoke candidly about the profound impact BTS's Jin had on him, not just as a collaborator, but as a person. During a recent interview, Chris opened up about the time they planned their shows in Buenos Aires, saying, "It just happened to coincide with Jin having to go into the army in South Korea. We did it because I really love that guy. I love that band. I love the story of it." But for many who listened closely, it wasn't just about scheduling or musical logistics. It was about connection, emotion, and a powerful transformation behind the scenes. Sources close to the two artists have shared that during their preparation for The Astronaut, Jin's solo single written with the help of Coldplay, the emotional depth and sincerity Jin brought into every lyric struck a chord with Chris. The Coldplay frontman, known for his poetic yet often guarded lyrics, found himself disarmed by Jin's openness. "He changed how I saw music," Chris reportedly told a close source. "There's something in Jin that is so raw, so real. It made me want to make music for the soul again, not just for the charts." Behind the spotlight, fans began uncovering moments that supported this deeply personal connection. From the shared smiles on stage to the quiet nods exchanged during rehearsals, it was clear this was not just another industry duet. Chris Martin, often known for his calm and distant demeanor, became visibly emotional during Jin's farewell performance before enlistment, his eyes misty, his hand clutching his chest as Jin performed with a trembling voice. The fandom exploded with emotion as clips of the interview spread online. Armies began flooding timelines with messages like, "Chris sees what we see in Jin, and this isn't just about music. This is soul deep." Some even drew comparisons to the legendary bonds of past musical icons, calling it the most beautiful crossover of Western and Eastern pop cultures in modern music. As Jin continues his journey post-enlistment, and Coldplay continues their legendary career, one thing remains clear. Something powerful happened between Jin and Chris Martin that neither distance nor time will erase. In a world often driven by trends and noise, this was a rare and precious moment of truth. And for Chris Martin, that truth was simple. Jin helped him believe again. In the days following the interview, fans and media outlets alike revisited the now iconic Buenos Aires performance, an unforgettable night when Jin stood beside Coldplay to sing The Astronaut for the very first and last time before his enlistment. What had initially seemed like a promotional stage transformed into a deeply human moment, with Chris Martin gently holding Jin's shoulder during the final chorus, eyes closed, as if sending him off with all the love the music world could offer. That moment wasn't rehearsed. It was real, raw, and eternal. Since that performance, Jin's presence has lingered in the hearts of both armies and Coldplay fans. The photos of them sitting together backstage, laughing between rehearsals, and even reportedly grabbing late-night ramen in Buenos Aires have only added layers to their bond. It wasn't just about a song. It was about timing, destiny, and two musicians from different worlds who found a silent understanding in the chaos of fame. Chris Martin has always been known for his poetic insight, but when it comes to Jin, his words turn personal. "Jin reminded me that music doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be honest," he said in a reflective moment during the interview. That quote alone has since gone viral, etched into fan edits, calligraphy posters, and tribute videos. It's become a mantra for those who find healing in music and a testament to how one man from BTS could shake the heart of a legend like Martin. What lies ahead remains a mystery, but fans are hopeful. Rumors have already begun to swirl that another collaboration may be on the horizon, this time for a full album, perhaps even a live tour featuring both Jin and Coldplay together. While neither side has confirmed anything officially, industry insiders whisper that their musical chemistry is too powerful to end with just one song. One thing is clear: whatever pain, pressure, or distance Jin may have faced during his military service, he never walked alone. Behind him stood not just millions of armies, but also one Chris Martin, mentor, friend, and fellow believer in the universe they built together. And for Jin, whose strength is often hidden beneath his playful charm and worldwide handsome smile, that support may have been the very thing that helped him stay grounded. As fans await what's next, they carry with them a message that transcends borders, languages, and generations. That real friendship in the music industry is rare, but when it happens, like between Jin and Chris, it becomes something truly timeless. Since the Buenos Aires show, the image of Chris Martin and Jin embracing under the spotlight has become one of the most beloved and widely circulated photos in K-pop and rock fandoms alike. It's not just a picture, It's a moment frozen in time, a testament to mutual admiration and the beauty of crossing cultural boundaries through music. That emotional farewell performance of The Astronaut has been replayed, analyzed, and even recreated by fans in digital art, animations, and fan fiction, breathing new life into what was already an unforgettable night. For Jin, the Coldplay collaboration wasn't simply a musical opportunity, it was a lifeline. At the height of global fame, staring down the path of military enlistment and temporary separation from his band and fans, Jin needed a platform to say goodbye not with tears, but with empowerment. Chris Martin gave him that stage. And what makes it even more heart-wrenching is that Chris didn't have to. He could have simply handed Jin the track, but instead, he stood beside him, literally and spiritually, during one of the most pivotal moments of Jin's life. Sources close to the production team later revealed that Chris was adamant about tailoring the entire performance to accommodate Jin's needs. From the lighting to the emotional tone of the arrangement, it was a send-off designed not just by Coldplay, but for Jin. Behind the scenes, it was said that Chris personally rehearsed harmonies with Jin until late at night, ensuring that Jin felt fully confident and emotionally prepared for the performance. That level of support is rare, almost unheard of in the fast-paced, often transactional world of entertainment, and while some skeptics initially dismissed the collaboration as a promotional stunt, Chris Martin's recent emotional statement has silenced all doubt. His tone, the way his voice softened when mentioning Jin, spoke volumes. He wasn't promoting an album. He was honoring a friend. Fans could feel that sincerity, and that's what turned the narrative from a Coldplay and BTS crossover into a lifelong friendship that happened to be set to music. As Jin continues his post-service journey, fans are beginning to connect the dots, realizing that perhaps Chris Martin was one of the few people Jin opened up to during that difficult transitional phase. The weight of expectations, the fear of being forgotten, the longing to remain creatively alive even while stepping into a rigid, structured military life. Chris likely understood it all in his own way. And he held space for Jin in a way that only a seasoned musician and true friend could. There's growing speculation that their story isn't over. With Jin now back and slowly re-entering the public sphere through fashion, brand deals, and private recordings, fans are whispering about a possible Coldplay x Jin reunion, perhaps a more experimental piece this time, maybe even with visuals directed by both teams. Whatever it is, one thing is certain. Any collaboration born from genuine respect and deep emotional connection is bound to become timeless. For now, as Jin walks his path with a quieter strength, Chris Martin's words linger like a protective echo. I love that guy. And somewhere, perhaps in a quiet studio tucked away in London or Seoul, a melody waits to be born, not just from instruments, but from a friendship forged in light, love, and the shared language of music.